दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good evening, friends. My name is Sajid Joy. I'm the business head at Franchise India. Well, it's good to see a good amount of participation in this webinar. And we'd like to thank each one of you for attending this special webinar. This is special because this opportunity is coming to you directly from the House of Franchise India. And it's also special because some of you have got the opportunity to align with Franchise India as an independent franchise consultant. Right now, talking about Franchise India, we are a company which has been in the market for the past 27 years. We operate in 15 countries as of now and about 97 cities in India, right? And also now to talk about a little more in detail and to put things in perspective, I would request our CEO and director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you, Sajid. A very good evening to everyone who have joined us this special webinar today. And we really value your time because this is 5 p.m. and you have given us 5 p.m. time to attend this webinar. So we request you to be there for 1 hour. It's a 1 hour session wherein there will be a lot of takeaways for you, because you all are aspiring entrepreneurs looking forward for some kind of an opportunity, and Franchise India is ocean of opportunities. I'm sure it will be a great webinar, great takeaways for you out of this webinar today. Why we are saying it is special? Because Franchise India is now offering an opportunity to become partner with world's largest franchise distribution company, which is Franchise India. There is none, what we are saying, that there is none outside Franchise India who would claim that, to get you into business. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business platform. And today's webinar, we are talking about independent franchise consultant. So who is independent franchise consultant? Independent franchise consultant is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. So what we do, I'll simplify our business model. We have one side investors whom we are very closely working with and helping them, guiding them that which business is suitable for their market, for their profiling, and also as per their investment. So we design and create that. We help them step by step, because there are so many things we need to understand before you buy any franchise. So it is going to be your lifetime decision, because there are so many decisions which we take every day, every month, every 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 10 years. But this is the decision which is your lifetime decision. Right? So in this, we help step by step, because there's a lot of risk also which is involved while you are investing any of the business. Second side, we also have opportunities, businesses with us. Now, these businesses are some startups also. Then we have some mid segment, and we have some large corporates. We have some enterprises also which are on board with us, wherein we help to get franchisees for them, to help them to get into new markets and help them to get franchise partners for those brands. These are two businesses. One is investments, and second is opportunities, wherein we help to scale their business. Third business which is there, we are also helping business owners or franchise owners, if they want to come out of the existing business, they want to sell, we get a new buyer for their business or their, if it is a franchise also, which somebody has taken earlier, but now due to some reasons you don't want to continue, or it is a last making opportunity for you now, we will come in between, we will evaluate and we'll do proper valuation, and then we'll also help you to get a new buyer in this. So this we called as exit. So these are three businesses largely we are in, and Franchise India today have got 97 cities network, and we are also now in 15 countries, and the vision is G20 of franchising. So next 1 year we are now going to have our operations in 20 countries. So in India, everyone knows us with the name Franchise India. We do around 200 events in a year because people know us, investors, business buyers, and business opportunity companies. They know us because of these events as well. But out of India, we also have another company, how we work out of India, or we work with global brands. So we have Fran Global. So Fran Global is our international arm of the business, and this is a market entry for all global brands. Market entry for global brands would mean that Fran Global is helping all global brands to enter India, to expand in India, and also helping Indian brands to go out of India or any country they want to expand. We take them to different countries as well. And third company which is there is with us is FranCorp. FranCorp is world's largest franchise consulting company. So FranCorp, what is FranCorp basically at the background? It's a 47-year-old company, which is originally from USA, Chicago, and it's 47 years. So the names you can see, MACD to KFC, all these brands, top brands, global brands are being consulted by FranCorp and get them into franchise business. FranCorp also helps all global brands when they enter India. They have to fine tune their business model as per Indian market, as per Indian law, and as per Indian structure. So FranCorp plays a vital role in terms of getting businesses into franchise. So we have a lot of startups now, 18 years. 18 years we are having a license for FranCorp to drive in India, and no other company or anybody individually can use FranCorp in India and Asia. So that's what Franchise India, Fran Global, and FranCorp. So these are largely three companies we have in-house. And also we have a media house, franchiseindia.com, which is our digital platform, wherein we have more than 18,000 business opportunities with us in different categories. We also run 3 magazines, the Franchising World. The Franchising World is the only magazine in India which is last 25 years talking about franchising. Then we have Retailer as a magazine, and we also run Entrepreneur as a magazine in India last 15 years. We are distributors and publishers in Asia and obviously in India. So this is something which is about us. And today's webinar, we will talk about largely 3 things. So first, we will talk about Franchise India journey at large. And we will also talk about Franchise India, how we have got this franchising revolution in India, how we standardize the industry, and also last 27 years, the journey, how it has been. Plus, we'll also talk about franchising as industry, how big this industry is, and what we can see in next 10 years, 20 years look like. Because India is a rightly set and complete ready for global brands to get them in India. And that's wherein Franchise India have created a structure which is helping one side, investors, one side business owners. And we have, this is the only company. So we are saying this with proud that we are only company in India which is talking about franchising, and there is none outside Franchise India who would help you in getting you into business. So we will talk about Franchise India journey, and we'll also talk about, as I said, franchise industry overall. It's $4.8 trillion industry today, but we will throw light on this, give you understanding about overall industry, what is going to look like. Third, we will also talk about today's special webinar. When I said it is IFC, Independent Franchise Consultant, what is the model, what we offer, how you can become partner with Franchise India, what does my model look like, and that we will give you complete understanding on this business model as well. So in this format of webinar, we do not have any opportunity wherein you can talk to us direct. So we want to make it interactive because it is very important that we are interactive. You talk to us, we talk to you. So we have that opportunity, but you have Q&A box in this webinar, which is on the bottom. Please use Q&A box wherein you can share with us your questions, your queries, or anything you want to share. We will also ask few questions because we want to see who is other side. What is your profile? Which city you are also coming from? This is very, very important. As I said, we are already in 97 cities today, but we are looking forward to start in some cities again, wherein already one partner is there, and now we are looking for second partner, third partner, or in metros, how we are now taking up as per the operations are concerned, or in some smaller cities also, how we want to enter. So we'll also ask you some questions related to yourself. So please do reply in the Q&A box. In this webinar, first I'll give you some understanding about our panelists also today. Along with me, I have also our leadership team, regional heads also, and we also have management team. So first I'll give you introduction about my leadership team who is looking after different regions. So we have Sajid Joy. Sajid Joy is our senior leader in Bangalore. He is actually in Bangalore, but he takes care of our Andhra Pradesh, and plus Maharashtra as well. We also have Shakti Vel. He is also a very senior leader with us in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. He takes care with along with Kapil, and he is our branch head at Tamil Nadu branch, which is Chennai. And we have Bimal Agarwal. Bimal has joined us from Kolkata east side of it, and he is also taking care of Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Nepal markets as well. We have joined with Kuldeep. Kuldeep is actually in our corporate office, Delhi. He takes care of North and up North area. We also have joined our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, and our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. So first, I'll invite our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to invite you and welcome you once again, and to set the perspective of this, and then we'll invite our managing director to throw light on overall, franchise India journey. Over to you, sir.
So thank you, Sanjay, for hosting this. Welcome, friends. Welcome to this independent franchise consultant webinar. It's an invitation from Franchise India to invite people who are like-minded, who have potential to operate as a consultant with Franchise India. And as Sanjay said, we have a long journey of Franchise India. Today, we run 3 brands. One is Franchise India, which is known in India for the last 27 years. Then we have Fran Global, which runs in about 12 countries, world's largest franchise company. And then we have Frank Corp, which is a 1976 started company in Chicago, world's oldest franchise consulting firm, which we also acquired about 18 years back. So between these 3 brands, we are proud that we world's largest franchise consulting firm. And we have many dimensions to our company, many different verticals, businesses, and very great leaders. We have a lot of great leadership teams. Every business has a separate leader in a full structure. So I'll let Sonia talk about a little bit about our journey, how we started. While we are very proud that we say that we are world's largest now, but we all businesses have a very modest start. It comes from idea and timing. So I will not say that anything else. When I started this business, I brought to this business. I had just an idea which also was not original, maybe, because I saw that same opportunity in America, that franchising was flourishing and people were able to build great entrepreneur ecosystem through using franchising. Companies were able to scale their business using franchising. So I liked so much that I decided I want to bring it to my country. And that's how Franchise India journey started. But over these years, we are very fortunate. Our economy grew, our businesses grew. A lot of new startups came in this market who used franchising and became very successful. And hence, Franchise India also became very, very successful organization. So Sonia would talk about a little bit of our journey in terms of how, from a very small idea stage, how we built this world's largest franchise consulting firm. And I also very proudly tell you that there is no other consulting business outside IT. IT, we are one of the largest suppliers in the world, but we still don't have the world's largest IT consulting firm. It's actually Accenture. Accenture is the world's largest consulting firm in IT. But in franchising, we are world's largest consulting firm. So we're very, very proud, at least in one space, that we have the largest consulting capabilities. And we service not only just one market, we service globe. And last year itself, I have traveled about 30 countries and delivered programs and lectures and talked about my country. I'm very, very proud about India. And we talked about how Indian market is vibrant and how we want to bring in global brands to this market. And also talked about a lot of other markets we present, which is Southeast Asia, Gulf countries, and other markets. So we'll first start with Sonia's presentation. She will talk about the journey of Franchise India, how it really shapes up. And if our friends have joined from other countries also, we welcome you. So we'll talk about where all we have presence and where we want to go. And then I'll come in. Maybe Sonia would also extend it to a little bit on business model, how this business model works, because she herself has last 20 years created this whole industry of franchise brokerage, which we're going to talk about, how the brokerage was evolved and how we created a very unique model, which is not existent in the world. We were the pioneers of this model, how we can really create a service to help entrepreneurs choose the right business model. And we go into depth. She'll talk about that. And then I'll come on to take back in terms of what is this opportunity of becoming an independent franchise consultant. And I'll take you through as if you're looking to choose a new career, what should you really go through? And if the end of these points, which I will go one by one, your answer remains yes, then maybe this opportunity is worth considering for you, right? And if the answer was any of these things which I will going to talk about, and anything you find is not fitting in or it is breaking the connection, then it's not maybe an opportunity for you. Still, I can assure you, you've joined in on this webinar. By the time you end this webinar, even if you decide not to become an independent franchise consultant, you will be very intelligent about an industry which you know very well now. Because our endeavor is to really popularize and educate people on franchising, how franchising really works. And this has been our approach as an organization. I have always approached businesses through education. And I feel that if you educate people, they make their own decisions and they are able to make the decisions, right? So that's the journey which we have. So let me invite Sonia to take over the panel and start working on giving you a little overview about franchising. Over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. Friends, again, a very good evening to all of you. I thank you all for coming on this webinar. And I'll also request friends, as we go through the presentation and what we want to talk, I'll also request all of you to share a bit about yourself. We'll also have a small questionnaire that we like to know about your profile. So as we go, we'll ask you, but anything that you have in your mind, please keep writing in. We'll be happy to answer. And like we have given a broader understanding what our group is into and the businesses that we continue to do. But in a nutshell, I would like to say that we are a company which has been democratizing entrepreneurship since the last 27 years. And this has been possible through the group companies, which present a very pressing and a very strong value proposition for the entire community when it comes to franchising, be it companies who want to expand within a city, within a territory, pan-India, or for that matter, international brands wanting to go to different markets, including India. And also a very big community of investors, business buyers, who by now, I remember 27 years back when we started Franchise India, the inventory, or I would say the companies franchisers, there were a very limited number of companies who were mature companies who were franchising. And equally, not very evolved investors because franchising was very, very new. But fast forward these 27 years, I've seen there's a big market which has evolved around franchising. People actually understand the models. They ask the right questions. They know the brands. They understand a lot of things and they come forward. So it's been a long time for us. And if you look at franchising is a global success story. And Franchise India, when we started off, we had a very humble start with the one city that we started our business from. And today we are present across the length and breadth of the country, including 14 international markets that we are currently operating out of. And but one thing which has remained very, very constant throughout was this spirit of entrepreneurship that we stay very, very close to. And the core driver and the foundation of our business has been right from day one entrepreneurship. And we always understood there was a big demand and supply gap, and demand, which I would say as big as an individual in every single household who has an aspiration of starting a business. I see a lot of you on this webinar today, and all of you want to start a business. Every week when we do this webinar of starting your own practice as an independent franchise consultants, every week we receive almost about 800 applications from people who want to start and become a consultant. And this demand is even bigger. We market so many companies. There's a opportunity that is launched through the platform of Franchise India every single day. And we do a live webinar where we have almost 150 people who show their interest in taking up their franchisees. You can understand how big the demand is. And that is also one reason why India has historically been called a shopkeeper nation, because the aspiration of people who want to start a business is very, very big. Now, franchising has been a very, very powerful wealth creation and entrepreneurial engine for many, many decades and a century now. And this engine is what we are trying to enforce through the IFC program. And franchising being a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship and the most democratic way of wealth creation tool. It is, in fact, I would say, the epitome of small businesses. Even if you look in America, which is the largest franchise economy in the world, India being the second one, nearly more than 8 lakh American franchise-owned units, franchisees are owned by single unit franchisees. And if you look back at India being the second largest market, the last 27 years, I have seen a very big growth. There has been the last 10 years saw almost 4 to 5x growth. The next 10 years, what we see, there would be a 10x growth in the current industry. And that is because today more and more people are starting their entrepreneur journey. There are more and more people who than before, and there are more and more companies also which are coming and expanding their services and their products via franchise route than there were companies maybe 2 decades back or 3 decades back. And not only that, this is not going to stop, because this space is getting larger and larger. More entrepreneurs coming in, wanting to buy business, and more companies getting into franchising. So we've always, at Franchise India, Fran Global, and all our group entities, we've always worked very hard to develop our capabilities in terms of the solutions that we can give to the entire community, and also build our capacities through our distribution so that we're able to stay ahead of the curve. Today, a large part of our representation, Sanjay talked about 97 cities and also international markets that we operate today. A larger part of our presence footprint is through our IFC channel partners in the market. And India, given the strong economic fundamentals of a very big domestic consumption, and I'm sure you all would acknowledge consumption and franchising are proportionate. So as the consumption increases, so would franchising. So why we say this is going to increase in the 10 years, and there are a few things which I would like to reflect upon. Today, if you look at the business buying community, I don't know how many of you actually come from a business buying background, business background, or you've done business of your own, ran any franchisee. But I remember a time when we started in 1999, there was very small quantum of people who came from business backgrounds, and they were the ones who were more actively looking for more businesses and diversifying their existing businesses. That was a larger quantum, and very small quantum of people who were first-time entrepreneurs, who were professional, looking for a second income or wanting to settle maybe their children, their son or a daughter. But today, 27 years from where we started, this community of people who are getting into franchising are first-time business buyers. And this contributes today almost 60% of the entire ecosystem of people who are looking to franchise. So out of 100 businesses that we sell, 60% of these businesses are taken by people who are getting into franchise or a business, I would say, for the first time ever. At Franchise India, apart from what we do, we work with all top international brands, all Indian companies like Reliance, the Raymonds, the Madura, and the Tatas. And I see today the investor has evolved. The capacity to invest has also evolved. We have so many of our franchise partners who have also taken a lot of territories as an area franchisee. And there's a young couple in Pune. We're launching one of our international brands called Frank's, which should be opening in the coming week. And they're two young couple who've taken the rights for entire Pune, developing, they're owning and opening one of their locations and sub-franchising in the territory. And similarly, there's another couple in Bangalore who've taken the rights for entire Karnataka for another international brand of ours. They come from IT background, no experience in franchising at all. So this is a new breed of entrepreneurs that we currently see. And if I look at the size of our Indian market, it is close to about 180 plus billion, which is currently growing at about 30% year on year, which means the size, the pace at which it is increasing. If we fast forward the next 10 years, the 10x of that would be almost about $1,800 billion in the next 10 years to come. And like I said, consumption story is very strong. Nearly 70% of our GDP in India is driven by domestic consumption. And if I compare that with countries like China, it is only 53%, which is domestic consumption-driven economy. India, we were about 10 years behind many countries like even China, America, and 25 years behind America. This was 20 years back. But the entire narrative, the entire story has changed now. What was happening in these countries then is happening in India now. And what we have done in India in the last 75, 76 years post the independence era, India is going to be 3x of that alone in the next 10 years. You can imagine the pace at which our economy and country would be growing. And franchising will play a very big role in the India shining story. The second trend, which I also want to highlight, is the consumption, which is happening is one, but there's a big trend of formalization of consumption, which means today anything that we are consuming, whether that's a product or a service, from the salon that we go to the pharmacy, to the services that we take, to the food that we eat, to the platforms that we to our Blinkits and the kinds of them. They're all branded companies. So what we saw 20 years back, there was a modernization of product industry. Today, there's a big modernization of service industry, which is becoming branded, from laundry services to your home to direct to home services. So that's very, very big. And third is, like I said, India's very strong entrepreneurial legacy, and franchising and entrepreneurship go hand in hand. And India inherently had a very substantial entrepreneurial population, and the demand, especially I would say at the micro business level, the bottom of the pyramid level, the businesses which are run in neighborhood markets, is very, very high. So these are some trends and which I wanted to share with all of you. And if you look at India and the job opportunity beyond the top cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, there's dearth of jobs which can pay you a high package annually, right? So franchising comes as a very big answer to that. Today, India needs more than 1 million jobs every month, and this has to be for the next 10 years. Only 25% of that is currently being serviced. And there is a big delta of 75%, which is very, very big. So franchising is a way to buy yourself a job. And there are a lot of people who are coming into franchising. I see a lot of partners, some of our partners, they're also bringing their, maybe their sons, their daughters, who also work along with us, even kids who are passing out their MBA, starting their business. So we understand to start a business, the learning curve is always very, very big for things that we have not done in our life. So through the collaboration, this learning curve becomes shorter because of the validated learning that Franchise India group companies bring together. So we had this noble idea of collaborating with like-minded IFC partners who could work, think like us, democratize entrepreneurship in the way that we want to do, and maybe carry the vision forward. So I'll request all of you friends, we'll have some questions that we like to ask you. And I'll also request Gaurav, if he wants to maybe start with a small, profiling. I'll request all of you to share your profile with us, and we'll take your names and the city that you come from. Whatever you want to share, please put that in the chat box. We'll name each one of you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. And so, as Sonia said, let's start with a little introduction, because it's very important. And I really enjoyed today's session because I see a lot of them are asking questions, which I love, because when you engage in any webinar, you're able to get more information, and you rather help others also who are also attending. Maybe they also had the question, but they didn't ask the question. So I will encourage more and more questions to come from everyone. So it'll help you to understand this opportunity. So let me start with one question I have for all of you. Define where you come from, right? So if you're a professional, which means that you're doing a job, write P and maybe write your city, right? So you can just write a P and text about your city. If you're a business owner, write B and your city. And if you're a management consultant, which means that any form of consulting you've done, or counseling you've done, or training and development you've done, or you have some kind of experience in advisory, any form of advisory, right? Even if you have been a counselor somewhere, you have really done some work in that. So write MC, which is management consultant. And if you are in a career change, which means that now whatever you've done, it's done, and now you're looking for a new career, you're available to start that entire thing, write C. 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultant, and C for career change. And let's see who's written the first. Okay, so there is Mr. Subramaniam, who's from Tamil Nadu, and he's written from Tamil Nadu. And then we have Manoj, who's from Chennai. He's a management consultant. Manoj, you would understand when I go to the next step and explain you this model, you will understand better than a lot of people there. So Manoj, you have to get in touch with a gentleman called Saktivel. Sakti, raise your hand. And so people can understand. He has a beautiful smile. He's not smiling too much today on the screen. So Saktivel. And then we have C, which is Vijayawada, and Ashok from Vijayawada. Welcome, Ashok. And then we have Muhammad, who's also a consultant, but we not know which city you are coming from. Then we have Jaya Prakash, who's from Bangalore, professional. I was there in Bangalore yesterday. Had a lovely meeting with Sujit and team. And then we have Parsoon, who's a professional. Again, I don't know. Oh, it's from Calcutta. So Bimal Agarwal is from Calcutta. So Bimal, raise your hand and just wave. So at least people have face to this. And then we have Harish, who's C. Then we have Priyanka. Priyanka has been asking questions. I replied one. I think she has more questions. Good to know, Priyanka, you're from Agra. She was in Delhi first, and now she's moved to Agra. And Kuldeep is the right person to talk to you because he looks after that region. Then we have Mr. Mohanty from Bhubaneswar. Again, a great market. Last month, I was in Bhubaneswar. Did a lot of consulting discussions, a lot of good companies, a lot of brands from Odisha want to now expand further. And a lot of brands want to get into Odisha, especially brands out of Hyderabad and brands that I think so. It's a great market. It's a great market and very progressive now and very progressive people. And then we have Mohammed from Pune. Then we have Anju Yadav from Bangalore. She's already a consultant. So, Anju, you should get in touch with Sujit. So he's the guy who looks after that. Rishi is from Delhi. Harsh Bhatt is from Baroda. Baroda, we have another good IFC consultant, very successful market. Gujarat itself is because Gujarat, nobody wants to do job. So everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And so it becomes a very interesting market. We know this from Tamil Nadu. Vicky is from Mumbai. Vicky, Mumbai, we have a very large office. Rather, we have offices across India, 97 cities. So a lot of people tell me that you from North. And I say I stay the least in North. You know, every month I just stay 2 or 3 days in Delhi. Rest I'm more in different parts of the country or overseas. Mani Shankar is franchise marketing experience. Great, Mani. I love to personally talk to you and tell us where you come from. And then we have Konal from Hyderabad. He's an ex-management consultant, currently entrepreneur. A perfect profile, Konal, because the best people to advise any person to do business have to. Management consultant brings a great experience in diagnostic. So you're able to think what can be right. An entrepreneur, because you're an entrepreneur, you've done it yourself. So it's a great combination. It's a great combination. This is a combination which I tell everyone, so I've also have the same combination. I've been a consultant for now 3 decades. And also I've run my businesses and enterprises, and I've failed many. I've been successful in some. So I can actually tell people what not to do, right? So that's very big part, which people have that combination have. Then Vivek is from Bangalore. Harsha is from Ranchi. We're doing a show, Jamshedpur, in this week. So we do 20 shows every month in different parts of the country. Then Ravinder is from Bangalore, and money I've already taken. And then we have Anandan, which is from Chennai, and then we have Mr. Bhaduria, who's he says voice is not clear, but my voice is not clear.
Very much clear, sir.
Okay.
Very much audible.
So something, Mr. Bhaduria, at your end. Okay, let's get started. So, couple of things just to put a little bit of a fast track of what Sonia said. She said India is the second largest market for franchising. Why? Because everything you consume today comes from franchise. From the milk coming to your table in the morning breakfast, it comes from Amul or Mother Dairy or a Nandini in Bangalore, all franchise. Right? The schools your kids are going is all franchise. The car you drive as an automobile comes from a dealership which is franchise. The gas station you go there and get the car fueled is a franchise. Most of the times, the restaurants, the fashion stores, the other things which you consume, electronic stores like we do at Tata Chroma also as a franchise, they all franchise. Right? Even a courier coming to your home is a franchise. If you're not well and you want a diagnostic to come to your home, which is Dr. Lal or Metropolis or anybody else, a franchise. The hotels you stay, the Marriott, the Hiltons, the Radissons, they all are franchise. So net, you might not see these businesses as franchise, but you're consuming from a franchise business. Smallest of things, from the things which you consume every day, which is called the FMCG or dairy, or things which you consume every 3 years, which is automobile, or things which you consume even once in 10 years or 20 years, like a mattress. There's a company we did was Sleep Well, which runs now 3,000 franchise stores. So everything is franchise. Now look at this. Why India has become such a big marketplace for franchise. 2 reasons. Our economy was growing, so we had new businesses coming in. India being so diverse market. Like in this screen also. People sitting in this screen come from different places. Sanjay Bhatt comes from a place called Jammu. Right? He was originally from Jammu. Bimal Agarwal is a Marwadi but lives out of Calcutta. Right? So, Sakti Vel comes from Tamil Nadu. Kuldeep, I don't know where you're from originally, but now you're in Delhi. Sujit is from Bangalore and originally from Kerala.
UP. Kuldeep is from UP.
He's from UP. Sonia is from Haryana. And I'm confused where I'm from. So, because I keep moving around, but easily I can say I lived my other part of life in North Chandigarh, up north. So, so it's so diverse how their homes also work and their cultures work, so diverse. So companies need local partners who understand local behaviors. So if I was a Delhi-based company, I need somebody in Chennai who can understand my business, right? So because of the diversity and the growth of these businesses, pre-COVID, India had registered 90,000 new businesses in a year, 2019. This year, the number would be 350,000 new companies. In just 4 years of COVID going on, we have 3 times the size of new companies born in this country. And these companies come with the idea of growth. They all want to grow. From the largest organization today, we are handling Reliance, we are handling Tatas, to the smallest startup, which can be a MBA Vada Pav guy or somebody like that. You know, these MBAs are coming, which are born on internet. So these companies to that company. You know, this guy who came to me from Indore, I tell you a story. And he came to meet me, especially from Indore to Delhi. And I asked him, what is your brand and why should we work on that? And he says, my brand is Chai Sutta Bar. You know, I was shocked. How can a person keep the name like this? You know? And so I politely told him that, look, I don't want to do this Sutta Bar and all these things. I don't want to. He has 150 outlets now. So he started participating in our shows and he doesn't, I think he's 150 stores. He recently spoke to me. He says, I am the biggest buyer of this Kullad chai, which I give it to. So while I might have a different viewpoint on that business, but I believe that this is an opportunity can only happen because he has a lot of people who believed in what he's right and invested with him and he became a 150 store company. This is an opportunity Why it is happening? Because we have both the supply side and the demand side. Now, demand, why? Because India, we say we are growing, we're doing entire thing. Where are we creating jobs? Sanjay comes from Jammu. If I want to make a 1,50,000 rupees a month, what this job I'm going to get ever in Jammu? And would I ever get a job like that in Jammu? Never. But there is a people who want to make 10 lakh rupees also there in that. So entrepreneurship is the only way. Rather, my mission is to democratize entrepreneurship. And this can only happen through franchising. So India has become the second largest marketplace in the world for franchising. So what is an opportunity for us? We are world's largest franchise company, the most experienced organization with the largest manpower working in the entire thing. We have an opportunity of a country as large as India, population and consumption as large as India, to create a historic performance. We can change the whole landscape of this country. 2000, I had a lot of bankers' friends. Nobody heard this thing called mutual fund. Today, mutual fund industry is 18 lakh crore. And what it gives return? It gives you 12% return annualized. 18 lakh crore people invested in this industry. But when you say, now this is a very intelligent question. Think over it. When you want to buy a property, there are 1 million property brokers who want to sell you property. If you want to buy a mutual fund, there is another 1 million people who want to sell you mutual fund. But if you want to buy a business, you want to start your own business, tell me a name which comes to your mind. There's none. So we want to do the same thing what mutual fund did to this country. If people wanted to buy business, they could go to Franchise India, they can meet independent franchise consultants, take their solid advice and make a decision to invest in the business. A country like ours that we have people who are aspirant to start a business. Rather, I say this with authority that every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. Every home. Think from today to next 15 days, talk to everyone and say, do you want to start a business? Your own business? Everybody, even somebody who drives down to office, my colleagues, if they're driving down to office, it also hits them. One day I will have my own business. Enough of this guy working with Gaurav Maria, right? So they think like that, which is not bad, because aspiration of owning a business is not a bad idea. Rather, anytime my employee, as anybody has come and tell me that I want to start my own business, I've always congratulated. I never wanted to hold him, because I feel that it is the right journey. You can only service a country like India by building entrepreneurs. So now quickly, I've gone to submit 8 points. Quickly 8 points. If I was in your place or any business you want to buy, always do these 8 points. And after the 8th point, you feel that you want to still pursue the business, then these gentlemen are there in the screen. You can reach out to them and talk with them, and then subsequently they would either bring it to Sonia or me for a further discussion, or Sanjay would take up. First is always look at the industry. First point. Industry, is it sunshine? Is it going to grow next 20 years? Then only is worth going inside. No. If anything is not going to go 20 years, why you want to waste time in that industry? That's why I like this guy called Elon Musk. I love him because he builds businesses and thinking which is 100 years from now. So he doesn't talk about Earth, he talks about Mars, right? He thinks exactly 100 years. So that's why his business sometimes is more valued than classic businesses. I still don't get it how his company Tesla, which very few people drive in the world, is more valuable than Toyota, which almost everybody drives. Right? Why? Because his thinking is progressive. He thinks on industries which are going to be the next big future. So franchising is future for this country, because we have more brands being built in this country than any part of the world. And we have more entrepreneurs on this earth better than any part of the world. And because we don't create jobs beyond 6-7 cities, and we have so many qualified people who want to start their own business, there can be no better marketplace than India. I'm a little biased about it, but that's the truth. So that's one part. So how industry is phenomenal. Second, what is our business model? Now understand the business model. On one side, we have brands. We have mandated brands exclusively to us, the biggest of the companies. right? Over 500. The day you become an independent franchise consultant, we give you 500 brands, which you represent exclusively. But we also have investor base. We get over 100,000, more than 1 lakh investors every single month come to Franchise India that we want to buy a business. Can you help us? And we do 20 events every month. We have the biggest portal in the world called franchiseindia.com. We have the biggest magazine in the world. We have offices, distribution, everything available, which helps people to reach out to us and say, I want to start a business. Can you help? Now, this ecosystem we have, where you place yourself in between. We give you the brands, we give you the leads, you bring them together, and you make money out of brand owner and also from investor. And it's not small money, it's a big ticket money. Even if you sold a business worth 50 lakh rupees, one single deal, you sold a fashion franchise to somebody, you can make up to about 6 lakh rupees on single deal. Right? So it's not a bad money. So that's a business model. Third, how big is the opportunity? How big this opportunity is? Just to give you an estimate, averagely about 25,000 franchises are sold every single month in different brands, different categories, right? You know, from a salon to a gym to a food outlet to a fashion to healthcare to hotels to education to services to anything. You know, so the biggest brand in the world, which people would not understand, is Coca-Cola. Even Campa is now doing franchising. They're giving bottling franchise. So there's so much of opportunity available, and this would continue to grow, both in numbers and also the ticket value. Because people would have more affordability as we go along 5 years from now, and a lot of people would come in the space where they can also invest and buy a business. Look at Mudra scheme started with 5 lakh rupees loan to start your business. I used to ask myself, what would you do for 5 lakh rupees? They raised it to 20 lakh rupees now. So as our economy is growing, government is also pushing. Now you get 20 lakh rupees, you can start a small business, you can easily start a franchise, you can get started. Now, franchise financing is next big thing. Rather, we've started a company called Fran Money, and I can tell you it's a game changer. I will do 10x of what I have done in 20 years in next 5 years because of this financing opportunity. People would get easy finance and they can open up a business. And that's how we will make this mega industry. Right? So that's the third point. Now, financial model. As I said, you make money from the brand owner, some from an investor also, and we have many products, many products which you also sell and make money. Risk. Now, this is very important. Every business cannot come without risk. Right? It can be financial risk. It can be reputation risk. It can be any other risk. Right? So what is the risk we have? We only have very small investment to be done, which is 5.5 lakh rupees, which Sanjay would take you through. So I cannot call it a financial risk. It cannot be financial risk because even if you are not so interested to do, even if you do 2 deals, you recover your money. So there is no financial risk. There is obviously one risk, which is your time risk, right? You putting your precious time. Rather, I will explain you. Any business you do in life, there are 3 ROIs. People only talk about 1 ROI. I get irritated when people come and say, give me a business which has good ROI. I said, doesn't make sense, right? If all of us sitting in the screen did the same business with the same capital, would we have same ROI? Answer is no. We'll all have separate ROI. That means that this ROI has no meaning, right? So the other 2 ROI is our game changers. Where brings arbitrage? You know, we can become why Rakesh Junjunwala became so rich man. He was just a chartered accountant. He became so rich. You know, maybe his luck was very good. Maybe Hanumanji was very happy with him, right? There's nothing like that. He had a particular ROI which he had the best. The second 2 ROI is, one is return on involvement. He was a very hardworking man, extremely hardworking man. I've seen and met him. He works till 11 o'clock in the night. He's always meeting people in the evening, understanding what is happening in the industry because he wants to keep himself at the top of it. What is happening, where it is happening, who is doing it. He knew it all. And first-hand information, not the somebody. I've seen him doing parallel 20 meetings, 20 tables, were from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and he was going from one table to another table, listening people. What is happening in the industry? Who's doing what? Who's purchasing what? What is the big news coming in the industry? Right? So he had big involvement. Second is return on intelligence. Because he was involved, he was taking information, he was having a strong intelligence. These two qualities created a huge arbitrage for him, and he became such a successful man. So I am a big believer of these two. I've always done businesses on these two. I have never done business on return on investment. Anybody can do, and anybody can beat me, because there will be always somebody who has more money than I would have, right? So I can only compete in the market if I have these two things, that I work harder than next guy, and second, I have more intelligence than he has. So our business is exactly that. So if you don't bring in involvement, you don't bring your time, then this business is absolutely not for you. Or you don't bring your intelligence, this business is not for you. This is nothing about return on investment which you're doing. Because even if I come to you and say, you put 5.5 lakh rupees, you make 100% return, which means that you make 5.5 lakh rupees in a year. 100% return means that, right? Which means you will make a 50,000 rupees a month, not less than that. You would say, I'm not interested. Right? So it is not about ROI. So this business has only one risk, which is you don't bring in these other two. And I don't approve any candidate who doesn't do it. Now, next two things, training. Training is a big component of it. Huge component. Rather, I believe everything what we do is all about training. And constant training. People who have worked with me for 3 years, 4 years at the IFC, we still train them. We still do peer-to-peer training. We learn every day from each other. Not that I don't learn, I also learn from them. So we all learn from each other, right? Even after this webinar, you will take maybe 1 or 2 points which you will learn. It will stay with you, right? We might not work with each other ever or not meet each other ever, but you will always remember 1 or 2 things. So learning is a very important part, and we put big emphasis on training. So there is a 3 days residential training in Delhi, and we do every Monday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, 8 o'clock Zoom training in the morning. And out of the 3 days, Sonia and I do 2 days training for direct training for RFC. We host you, we look after your stay, everything we have. And then sport. Sport is also very important, because early days, 3 months, you've never done the business, you've never sent a proposal, you've not closed deals, you've not done this. So a lot of anxiety, confusion comes in. So we have created a very structured sport structure. We call it MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring. You need a lot of regular mentorship. O stands for opportunity. We give you opportunities which are there. S stands for sport. Sanjay, I, Sonia, everybody, Sajid, Saktivel, we all come on joint calls, many joint calls. Rather, I get impatient. I start sending mail. I'm going to Chennai with Sakti, and I started sending messages to my IFC partners and say, get me meetings. So they kind of become a little pressurized with me, because they feel that if I need to do that. But why am I doing it? Because it does 2 things. One, if I'm able to close, it's a collective business for us. Second, they learn something, right? There is a collective learning. So sport is very important. Now comes to the last point, the next steps. Next steps is 3 levels. First, sit quiet with yourself and ask yourself, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to become a consultant? Do you really want to help entrepreneurs? Because it's not for everyone. Not everyone enjoys it. Even in my team, a lot of people are there. They do it like a job, but some people are very hungry to learn. Right? We do everyday training. Yesterday we were doing training, 100 people were there. I can see the faces. Some faces were sparked. They want to learn something. And some were just sitting there because we've been called. Right? So you need to ask yourself, is it something for you? Really for you? Really you want to be helping entrepreneurs? You do want to. This is a big service. This is service for nation. Right? So that question, if genuinely comes yes, the step 2 would be talk to these gentlemen, ask hard questions. Ask questions which comes to your mind. Right? Anything. And if you still get that tick mark, then you will have to do a meeting with 3 of us, Sonia, Sanjay, and me. And we will also ask you hard questions. And that also gets tick mark. Then we can be partners for life. So friends, this was from my side. I appreciate you taking time out and doing this. There is a small presentation which Sanjay would run. I unfortunately have to leave. I have extended again. I had another training to do. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for taking time out and be part of this. And some of you who are really keen, we will do some joint meetings on coming weekend. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sanjay, for taking the presentation further.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your insightful things. And we will take only 10 minutes next. Please be there and attend this till end. I'll give you some understanding about what is we offer in terms of the model and how it works. Rest, we will do a complete understanding about this model further when we are going to talk to you. So today, because in the interest of time, I'll take only few slides, which are very, very important for all of us to understand. Franchising, so we understood it is a phenomenal opportunity, phenomenal viable way to expand your business or to get into some business, right? So we are talking $4.8 trillion industry. So everything what we consume today is coming from franchise that we have learned. All category wise also, that is coming from franchise company. So sector wise also we have discussed, and that's already been taken our chairman sir, that every category you use, everything what we consume is coming from franchise, because this consumption is growing, and that's what franchising is growing. So when consumption grows, we have to grow the businesses. So franchise is the only viable way. So franchising is viable, sustainable, scalable business model wherein everyone can get into. Suppose you want to start a business, either you can start your own brand, which is absolutely not open for everyone, not possible for everyone. So you get into some business, which is a process-driven, successful business model over the years is going to be, successful some business model. Like today, when we are talking about some investment into this, somebody has asked, so we have already replied to that. It's a very, very small investment. But Franchise India have already invested around 600 crores to build this brand over the last 27 years. Now you can understand, if you are going to work or be partner or invest in a company which is already successful, already process-driven, successful, and have background and have complete understanding about this industry, and it is going to be zero risk for you. But for us, when we started, it was 100% risk was there. It will run, it will not run, but we have stabilized. Now we have given 27 years, and now we are not only in India, we are in 15 countries as well. India, any brand would enter has to go through us. We got Subway in India in 1998. We got McD in India, KFC in India, Domino's Pizza, Pizza Hut in India. All we have got in India through Fran Global. Now, since these pizza brands, which are international brands, do not offer franchise, so Franchise India have taken another opportunity where we got Figaro's Pizza last 1 year back in India, and we have also invested in this brand as master franchise. So just to give you an overview, Franchise India today have 45 global brands with us where we have invested as master franchise in India, global brands. That's why we have done it, because franchising is growing and India is the right market for all these global brands to enter. And Franchise India or Fran Global is the only market entry for all these brands. So what we offer you tablet. Tablet stands for T, stands for technology. We will give you technology. We'll give you CRM. We'll create a Franchise India domain email ID, franchiseindia.in email ID for you, so which you can use, and you can also interact with all your clients. So A stands for access to infrastructure. So we have offices. We are telling you that we are giving you free access to office. If you're in Delhi NCR, anywhere, you can come use our office. You're in Mumbai, you can use our office. You're anywhere, you can use full-time our office. B stands for brands. As we discussed, we are having, when you come for training, we'll give you first day 500 brands, 500 brands. Right, and suppose we have got 18,000 companies with us on our franchiseindia.com. Also, you can check on our website. But we are having around 1,100 brands that are exclusive to us. Exclusive would mean wherein we are having an agreement, a contract with all these brands to drive only through franchising by Franchise India. So these brands are all available, Plus, as per your investment requirement, we can reach out to any brand, any business, whichever your investor is looking forward to invest in. We will reach out, even if it's a global brand, not in India, we can go, we can do that. We do this piece. We do it every day. L stands for lead. So we are giving you full lead support, not even a single penny investment from our partner for getting some promotion done, some Lead generation done? Absolutely no. Everything would be done by Franchise India. E stands for events. We do around 15 to 20 events every month. These are all available for our partners, all. So it's only about your time. When you come, you don't have to do investments. Rather, we are having second biggest franchise event in Mumbai. In this month, it is on 29th and 30th of this month, which is in Geo World Convention Center, where we are having more than 15,000 investors coming in the show, visiting the show for business buying. But we make sure that we don't waste our time. We don't waste time from the brands which are there, around 500 brands. So what we do, we have an entry fee for all our investors. So just 2,000 rupees per day entry. For one day, it is 2,000 plus GST as an entry, that too prepaid. That too prepaid, and these 15,000 around investors would be buying business or coming to this show, understanding, evaluating. But since it's full of risk, you don't have an understanding. That's where our role comes in. That's where we come in between, and we have around 76 as of now, my 76 partners who have confirmed. When we invite them to the show, they will be available in this show. They will be helping our investors, which brand is going to be helpful for you. All brands who are going to invest and taking a booth over there, post that. All leads will be done by, followed by our side, and that was all done by our franchise consultants. T stands for training. As we discussed, we have every month's training in our corporate office. So there's a 3 days in-depth extensive training by our chairman, and it will be 16th, 17th, and 18th this month, which is in November, which is in our corporate office, Delhi. It is physical, face-to-face, and you get first time the training, and after that, we give you full support in terms of taking this business further. What we are talking about as a proposed structure for our IFC, proposed structure is we have a growth ladder. Now, growth ladder is why? Because we have said that it is a return on involvement. So when it is a return on involvement, somebody is putting 8 hours a day, somebody is putting 6 hours a day, somebody is putting 4 hours a day. So equally, you will get the return. So would mean there has to be something for yourself, that if you put more time, what's my growth? How can I grow? How can I earn more? So that's how we have created this growth ladder. And so completely foolproof, process driven. When you join at the entry level, which is IFC. It's an entry level. When you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, 15 lakh is even one deal or one brand on board is just 15 lakh rupees. When you hit 15 lakh or 15 deals, which are coming early, you can become IFC elite member. Then you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue, you become IFC Pro. And this is revenue which we are talking about, revenue to Franchise India, not your payout, not your share. And then at Master, when you hit 1 CR in 1 year, and you can become IFC Master. How it's going to change your payouts at different stages. So first you become our IFC partner at base level, it is 40%. Then you become our 50% at the elite. When you hit 15 lakh rupees, you become a 50%, then it's a 50-50 sharing. Then you become 60% partner when you are at pro level, and you become master, you are 70%. So we get 30, you get 70. At pro, you get 60, we get 40. And elite is 50-50. And at base level, you get 40, we get 60. Now, all the revenue which we are doing, so we have got products. Largely, we have got 4 products, revenue products, which we are discussing here. And then there are other so many products which we have also IFC partners, that they have full access, they can sell, they can earn out of that also. But largely, since we are working with 2 communities, one is investor side, one is brand side. I stands for investor, B stands for brand. So from investor, we have got 2 products, IE and IS. From brands, we have 2 products, which is brand service fees and brand onboard, BD, business development. So when we onboard an investor, we start work with investor. We don't work free. We are consultants. We are advisors. We don't work free. So when we have to guide an investor, when we have to consult an investor, we take investor on board. When we have to consult a brand, that is BD, brand business development, we take brand on board. So when we take investor on board, then there's a fee, and fee is designed as per the investment. It is as low as less than 20 lakh rupees someone want to invest. Franchise India consultant will charge him 25,000 rupees as onboarding fee. Then we start servicing this investor. We get a franchise for him. We have to again get the service fees from the same investor. which is 50,000 in that case, but it goes from one slab to second slab, third slab, fourth slab. As per investment goes up, our fee will also go up. And likewise, from brand side, when we are selling a brand, we are also getting brand service fees. Brand will pay us a service fees that depends on 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh. It goes up to 50 lakh also, which we are getting for selling an opportunity, because that depends on it's a unit franchise, master franchise, domestic brand, international brand. So that would depend on that. So we will be having brand service fees as well. And BD would mean business development. When we take brand on board, that is new brand on board, we also have a structure for that. So you get 40% of these three products, and then you get 20% of brand on board. So brand onboarding, we have only 4 formats, which starts from 7.5 lakh plus GST, then 15 lakh, 40 lakh, and 75 lakh, which our leaders will give you full understanding on this. When you can hire, you can take as many as brand onboarding every month. And what you have to do, you have to give us only reference. Like, for example, you have in your city some brand, any category, you can see they are expanding. They are looking forward for franchisees. You can connect with us, use reference, only reference. Rest all we do for you. Everything we do, a joint call after that, presentation, proposal, follow-up, payment, invoice, service, everything. All services we do for getting them on board, helping them to get ready, everything we do. It's only reference your side. So you get 20% in each case, because in each case, you have to only reference. For example, you take 2 brand onboarding with some base level fees, which is basic, which is 7.5 lakh. If you take 2 brands, we close 2 brands out of your references, it becomes 15 lakh, 7.5 plus 7.5, it becomes 15 lakh rupees. Your share is 20%, means you get straight away 3 lakh rupees for this. And there is no limit. There is no limit, no target, nothing. It is you who have to decide how to do this, only to get this. Now, when I'm saying there is an event also in Mumbai, so we have equal opportunities. We have brands with us. We can approach them. You can come and have a booth over there. That's also another product. So we have designed so many products which are for our IFC partners, are ready to sell or ready to explore, right? And lead, as I said, again, we are having 50 minimum guaranteed leads for every partner every month. It's minimum, right? When you drive brands, we give you brand specific leads also. You want to specifically drive any brand, any category you want to work. Somebody's from retail, you want to take retail brands, you want to drive. There is nothing, there is one question, which is a category wise, which is a location wise. So as per location wise, we have no boundaries. There is no limit. There is no geographical restrictions. You can work across. So we'll give you leads also accordingly. Brand wise, location wise, you are in, for example, Maharashtra, in any city, you want to drive all across cities, all across Gujarat, all across Maharashtra, we give you leads accordingly. And this will increase. You want many leads, you want 300, you want 400 leads. But until and unless we get, till the time you're getting us feedbacks, we keep on giving you leads. Minimum is 50 leads every month, which are qualified leads. Then you can have 1 CRM at base level, then it goes +1, +2, +3. It will go up, and that's what this has been designed. And how you can become now partner this Franchise India. As we discussed, there's one license fees, which is 5.5 lakh plus GST, which is our brand fee, license fees. Rest, there's no investment, not even single penny for promotions, for any events, or any kind of lead generation from your side. There is no investment. It's the only one investment, which is going to be your license fees or brand fee, because you are becoming part of Franchise India. You take, in other words, Franchise India franchise. This is going to be the one-time fee, which is there to become partner in Franchise India. Yes, there is no other fee. And this can be also, as I said, we have a very, rewarding businesses. We have 3 businesses for you, revenues, which is one is payouts you get, 40%, 50, 60, 70. And also we have got cash incentives for our partners from the brand side and from Franchise India side also. Third, we have a contest policy. We do every quarter, we give you international contests. There's some criteria. One, you're getting payout for that criteria. Suppose there's a 15 lakh rupees revenue and you achieve our, suppose Malaysia. Now we do all international. In a year, there are 4 international contests. Now, Malaysia is on 15 lakh rupees, for example, in 3 months, quarter. So this is also our target to make you achieve, to make you qualify. That's all our team would help and make you qualify for that. One, you get payout. Second, you get 4-5 days trip to Malaysia and all the investment done by Franchise India. Then there are some incentives also, gifts also, which will also go to you. Plus, target to us, target to our team to make you qualify. Because their qualification is also, that's what we have designed this, that our qualification is based on your qualification. So we have to make you qualify to get qualified. That's where we work as a unit, as a team, and we have a great support system. And we can also assure that there is not even a single business model out there. We have got, as I said, 18,000 companies we work with. Any business, any brand you check, you will not find any business model as lucrative, as zero risk, as low cost as Franchise India opportunity. So we at Franchise India are thankful for all of you to give us so much time of today in the interest of time. So we have already exceeded 10-11 minutes. So we will catch you. We'll get in touch with you, everyone, and then take your questions. And if you have anything to discuss with us, please feel free. And once we are done with the first level, then we have a policy that is a selection based. We'll take 10-minute introduction with our senior management, wherein I can come in between our chairman or MD. So then if it is selected, and then we are good to go. And if you are looking for immediate, then we have a training program also. You can come to my training program 16th, 17th, 18th, which is this weekend. That's also possible. And we have already batched for that. And then we also have, if not possible, that's also maybe you can join us later on next training program, but you can join now. Second, we are also having the show, which is in Mumbai. This is a very, very important show for all of us. Great business in 2 days, which we'll do. We are inviting our partners and their stay is also with us. We are arranging stay for all the partners, plus other arrangements also. Please do discuss with our team and have your questions, and we will look forward for some to join us this time, maybe some to join later, or some who are looking forward for any other business. Please do share with us, then we will help you to get any other opportunity which is as per your requirement, and we will definitely understand, because we are all business doctors. We'll understand your requirement. If it is a fitment, we'll do this. Whatever is fitting in as per your requirement, we will definitely chip in and get you that opportunity, and we can reach out to any company. Someone who is having 20 CR and looking forward for a jewelry brand, we can get you Kalyan Jewelers. But if you go direct to Kalyan Jewelers, you will never reach out to Kalyan Jewelers or who is the right person to get a franchise, because they don't offer franchise openly. It's all exclusive with Franchise India. I'm just giving one of the example. And likewise, we have other categories, other opportunities with us. We will explore together, and in the interest of time, we have to sign off for today. And on behalf of Franchise India panel, Franchise India team, we would like to one more time thank you so much for your time and your availability in this webinar today. Till then, thank you so much once again, and be safe and take care of yourself.